You're watching Marsha on VeroBuzzTV.com.
Well, hello everyone. I am Marsha Littlejohn, and I have to tell you, I am here. I want to say Miss New Orleans, but it is Sybil. Okay, Sybil Gage. How wonderful to see you.
It's so great to be here. Thank you very much for the invite.
Do you know, we have heard so much about you, and you're singing at the Patio, which is almost maybe as historic as New Orleans.
Well, the Patio is one of the oldest restaurants. It is,
yes,
in Vero Beach,
absolutely.
70 years old.
You think about Waldo Sexton and all of his different,
Yes.
Absolutely.
It is an experience. It's beautiful inside and outside, and I'm there every first and third Wednesday.
And
if there's a fifth Wednesday, we're there.
we started talking about that and thinking, okay, we can't say first, third, and fifth because sometimes there's not a fifth. But if there is a fifth,
every other.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
So you're there every other what?
Every first and third Wednesday.
Oh, every first and third Wednesday of every month.
Yes.
How fantastic. And if there's a fifth, she's there as well.
And also they're thinking of doing, well, they're not thinking of it. When the season gets really in swing, maybe in the next 6 weeks or so, we'll be there every Wednesday.
Oh,
so.
Good. I have to tell you, it is picking up already.
Yes.
It is really picking up. And when you know that Sybil Gage is singing at the Patio, it's going to really pick up. Because I love it. You know, I'm a local. I want to be there. I want to see you, and I want a seat. I want to find you. So tell me a little bit about your background, though, in New Orleans.
Well, I was born and raised there, and
my favorite place.
It never leaves you. You know, if you've been there. I mean, I was there until I was an adult, and still do have family there, so I go back often. I perform there, and it's just a place that never leaves you, and it brings me joy to bring the music of New Orleans, some of it that I've grown up with, others that I've learned as an adult, to spread that music to my audience.
Oh, absolutely.
And it really makes me feel happy when people come back with photographs from New Orleans and they say, you know, I've never been, and when I saw you, you inspired me to go. So. Well,
as we were talking, it's one of my favorite places to go. Carl and I have been there frequently. We absolutely love it, and I do love Bourbon Street. I mean, it is scary a little bit,
You're
and you got to get it.
You're the one that admits that.
Oh, that's what everybody says. Oh, Marsha. I mean, but it truly
is exciting.
The music that you hear, and then there are two streets over that are so great too. Well, all of it.
Royal and Decatur.
Yes, yeah. But now, when did you start singing?
Well, I've been singing most of my life, but professionally back in the 80s, I started singing in New York. I left New Orleans to go to college. I went to NYU. I graduated in 1983, and I stayed there because that was one of my dreams, was to experience New York, to live in New York, and to learn New York, and to be a New Yorker. so I did that.
I'm glad you're a New Orleander.
Well, yes, but you have to leave there to.
Oh, yes,
and
to
once
appreciate.
Once I left, I learned how special it was.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. How would you, Sybil Sage, who sings at the Patio every first, Gage.
Yes.
Gage. I'm going to give you Sage and all
And
that,
that's
but
good
Gage.
too.
But it's Sybil.
Sage sometimes.
And she sings at the Patio every first and third
Wednesday. The Patio is right there on. It's right on US 1, but I think it's.
it's not right around the corner.
Yes,
so you just follow the crowd.
It's very easy to find.
Absolutely. Just put a finger up and say Patio, and you'll be there. But I have to ask you though, if you were to describe New Orleans jazz, how would you describe it?
Happy.
Oh, I thought maybe you just sort of sing.
Oh, just singing this early in the morning.
We only have about 30 seconds.
New Orleans makes you happy. That music makes you happy.
It does.
The sounds of the horns and the people that are moving down the street
and the trombones and walking down the street when they're out there jazzing.
That's happy.
Absolutely, it is happy. Well, we are going to take a little break, and we are going to come back with Sybil Gage, and she is a vocalist who can sing, and I may be able to bribe her to just give us a little tune.
Maybe.
Yeah, there she goes. Maybe. Don't go away, because you'll be getting the New Orleans jazz in your blood when we get back. Stay with us.
Shall I play some music? How about your favorite song? I'll even let you choose me. Must be you alone.
See Arts in Depth with Barbara Hoffman, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 and 10 p.m.
And we are back just as promised, and I am here with Sybil Gage. And yes, she is a vocalist, but it's New Orleans music. And oh my gosh, your darling husband over here said, you know what? She has written a huge, big repertoire of music. So you even write music. So where did all of that talent come from?
Well, that I don't know. My dad was a librarian, and I blame him for giving me the appreciation for words and poetry and things like that. But I have 2 CDs of original music. One is called Red, and the other one is NOLA Calling, which is New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh, where do we get it?
I have them with me as I travel, but you can find them on iTunes and Amazon and Spotify and all those outlets for MP3s, but I travel with my CDs.
So everyone who goes to the patio on the 1st and 3rd Wednesday.
I'm signing.
All right, all right. Now we took that last break, Sybil, and I asked you really to describe New Orleans music. As we were talking about when we first started this, the last time Carl and I were in New Orleans, which wasn't that long ago, a couple of years ago, it sounded like so much of the good New Orleans jazz, and I'm not talking about Preservation Hall, but it has gotten rocky.
Yeah, it's changing. I guess it was, I don't know because I'm not living in the city now, but with the influx of a lot of new
young
people from other cities that have come to live in New Orleans, they bring with them what they bring with them, their music.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
their music is different than
but there's still
the
nothing
traditional.
Nothing like New Orleans jazz.
So I hold on to it. I want to preserve it and present it.
Yeah.
And I think it's so very good that it deserves that. It doesn't deserve to be lost.
And as your husband was saying,
Beal,
when he was saying that you have written so many of your songs, what do you pull from? I mean, and do you write the music as well?
Yes, I pulled from NOLA Calling. I pulled from New Orleans and just longing for it because this CD came like out of Katrina and just a longing to be home and not being able to get home and things like that.
Oh, God.
And other things are just people. You know, I draw from people. People are something else. You
Absolutely.
know? People will knock you out with their essence.
Isn't there a rhythm though that is maybe just really New Orleans?
There is. It's a kind of a second line rhythm. It's almost unrhythmic.
I'm waiting for her to start. Do you ever sing a cappella?
When people ask, I try to. One of my favorite songs, you'd asked me about jazz and what I thought the description of jazz was, and I said happy. And it was reminding me of a song that I sing quite often. It's a King Oliver song that he wrote for Jelly Roll Morton, who we were talking about way back in the day. It's Hello Central, give me Dr. Jazz. He's got just what I need, I know he has. When the world is wrong and I have got the blues, he's the one that'll make me put on both my dancing shoes. You know, the more I get, the more I want, it seems. I am paging Dr. Jazz in all my dreams. When I'm trouble bound and mixed, he's the one that'll get me fixed. Hello Central, give me Dr. Jazz.
Oh my golly, and I will have a Cosmo, please, Mr. Patio.
I'll have a Sazerac.
Whoa! Oh, this is so much fun, and what a fabulous, it just gives me goosebumps. And we're going to be talking about a jazz fest that's coming up in DeLand.
Yes,
coming up
on
we're going to
October
talk
17th.
We're going to talk about that when we come back.
Great.
We just got the 30-second signal. We'll be back in about 60 seconds, and you'll hear more. Maybe I can even get her to sing another song. So don't go away. We will be right back.
Now is the time to use your best line. Now's the time to be smooth and to hold me close, and I won't say no.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
And we are back as promised with my very special guest, Sybil Gage. And Sybil, you, as we want everyone to know, you perform at the Patio, you talk about historic. That patio is so much fun and so delicious and fabulous. And now, and beautiful, yes. But now, Sybil is there every first and third Wednesday of every month. And when there's a fifth Or Wednesday.
Yes, first and
Yes.
third Wednesday.
First and third Wednesday. And if there's a fifth Wednesday, she's there too. But hopefully, maybe
Hopefully
every
we'll
Wednesday.
be there every Wednesday during this season, which
Yeah.
is sort of getting underway now.
Yeah, I think we have sort of a flow over from every season. It's
Yes.
wonderful. But we are going to tell you about a fabulous jazz fest, actually, that's coming up just a little bit in a few days, but also
I can't wait.
a little bit
It's
north of us.
in DeLand. It's called the Noble Thin Man Watts Jazz Fest.
Wait a minute, say that again?
Noble Thin Man Watts. He was a musician that
Oh.
lived in the DeLand area. And
I thought you had to be thin to go there. Or
No,
something.
you don't.
Okay.
But you could fit it anyway. If you did, we had to be thin. And it is October 17th, and we are on the Da Vinci stage. Da Vinci is Cafe Da Vinci is the name of the venue.
Oh, good.
And we are on from 5 to 6:30. I have been at this festival since its beginnings, and so I'm really proud. It's like my 5th year there, and DeLand is a wonderful town.
It is.
Not so far away. So if you are looking for a nice weekend, it is the place to go. And
It is a fun place, and DeLand has a lot of history there as well.
Sure does.
Of course,
Sure
and
does.
it's very convenient from here. You just whip over. It's kind of in the middle of the state. It's a little bit. Well, I always say you go up to Daytona and head
just
over.
go west, yeah.
Go
Yeah.
west, and but it gives you a little history. But then, if you get a jazz festival, that has to be fun too. You will be performing.
I will be from 5 to 6:30 at Cafe Da Vinci in DeLand on Saturday, October 17th.
All right. Now I see New Smyrna down here as well.
That was last weekend.
Oh,
I think it was
missed
last
it.
Weekend. Yes, we were there, and we've been there for at least 7 or 8 years at the New Smyrna Beach Jazz Fest. It's a yearly thing every last weekend in September, and it too is awesome. They've
Oh,
done
absolutely.
a great job of just making these streets come alive for these festivals. And
Have you ever been to Fort Pierce to some of their jazz?
I have not.
You must do that. They will absolutely adore you because they have a jazz and blues society down there. But I mean, to have Sybil Gage down there singing New Orleans style, wow.
I can't wait to introduce myself.
Absolutely. We've got, I should have brought my little book with you. But now, you did perform in New York.
Oh, several times. The
Wow.
last time was in May. We were at the Metropolitan Room. And we were also at the Triad Theater, which is very nice. It's like a half block off Broadway on 72nd Street. And
Oh, how much fun.
Yeah, and New York is it's very much a place to be.
New
and
York is
that
New
never
York.
stops.
All right, here's my big question.
Yes.
New York, New Orleans, favorite?
I would have to say New Orleans.
Of course she does. Now, we have 1 minute.
Yes.
We want everyone to remember, once again, you can hear my very, very fabulous guest, Sybil Gage, at the Patio every first and third Wednesday of
said
every
it.
month.
Yes.
And even on the 5th, if there happens to be a 5th
Yes, that's
Wednesday.
right.
But
And my website is sybilgage.com.
Oh,
It's
good.
really- yeah, you can just go there and see my schedule, sybilgage.com. It's
and
pretty
she's
simple.
written 50 oodles and oodles of her own songs and music, and she sits at the piano and plays too. Hopefully, maybe you can do that at the patio, sit at the piano
I don't
as
do
well.
it so much because I'm really in
Moving.
Yeah, I play my washboard most of the time
Oh,
at the
good.
patio. Yes, and every once in a while I will sit down and play.
All right, we
something.
don't have a washboard.
Leon Olguin is my piano player for the most part at the patio, and has been for
Terrific.
the last 9 years.
Oh,
So,
wonderful. Well, we're all going to be there, but as we go out, can you sing one more?
oh boy, call me something, Billy, really quick.
Come on, Billy. What's one of her
Here's one
one
that
of
I
your
wrote. I'll
favorites?
just sing
Okay,
a few
yes.
bars from. This is Nola Calling.
Yes.
It's a ballad, and it's about New Orleans. Pour me a glass of New Orleans. Yes, I'm gonna drink it up. Forgive me if I ask for more. I just can't fill me up.
Oh, I just get goosebumps. I can hardly wait, and everyone can go to the patio and hear Sybil Gage for yourself. So we really thank you so much for coming
Thank
on and
you so
talking
much,
with us.
Marcia.
I think we're about out of time. So
This has been wonderful. Thank you.
well, we're going to get you back often, and
Okay.
we're going to get a keyboard and maybe have your piano player come with you.
Super.
All right. Well, everybody, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment with another guest. Stay with us.
See Arts in Depth with Barbara Hoffman, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 and 10 p.m.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from ICANN, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the ICANN mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call ICANN, get covered, save money.
And welcome back. We are indeed right back here with our pet of the week and Janet Winikoff. No, she is not the pet of the week. However, we love having you when you come on.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy that you came back from Thailand, Cambodia, and where else?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Wow. You had a great time. Well, what we're going to do right now is talk about the pet of the week because he is so rambunctious.
He is.
Tell me about Scrappy Doo. No, this is Scrappy Doo.
No, this is Scrappy
That's Scrappy
Doo.
Doo. Okay.
That's Scrappy Doo's toy. So Scrappy Doo is about 3 years old. He's a neutered male, microchipped, vaccinated, and ready for adoption. He was surrendered to the Humane Society a couple of weeks ago, and his family just couldn't take care of him any longer.
Yeah.
So he is just an adorable, adorable dog, high energy, does well with adults, children, other dogs, and cats. So
Well, he is adorable.
He is a wonderful, wonderful dog, and just completely funny. As you can see, he's been racing around here this morning, and he hops.
And he does. He jumps. He literally jumps. And he's just adorable. Sounds to me like he really needs a family who is willing to walk him and get some exercise with him.
Yes, absolutely. He would do great getting a lot of exercise and also some dog training too. So I know that our trainer, Sissy Sumner at the shelter, she's been doing some work with him. But you know, I think anytime you can give a dog training, even a low energy dog, it helps to increase that bond with the animal. So,
You are adorable.
and I love
Yes,
that
you are.
one ear down, one ear up thing he's got going on.
Well, he
So-
loves Husto back there, so we're trying to get Husto to take him home. Every time you bring a pet in here, we think, okay, oh, wouldn't you just love to go home with Husto? Yes. Ooh.
Well,
Is this
it
like
seems
it?
like Scrappy Doo really does like Husto a lot. So,
Yes, so,
I think it might be an easy sell.
Absolutely. Well, he is up for adoption, so all you have to do is call the Humane Society and go and maybe check him out and everything. He looks like one of my hairdressers got a hold of him. But no, that is so adorable, though. And so he's 3 years old.
He's about 3 years old.
And what would it take to adopt it, Scrappy Doo?
We would ask that the family would come in to take a look at him, get to meet him. We can have them sit down with one of our adoption counselors, and they could talk about what his needs are. So clearly, Scrappy Doo, he needs exercise. He needs to be with a family that gives him lots of attention, and of course, some training would be helpful too. But he is just a love bug. So we would
When we think about
to have him
adopting,
come
I
in.
don't know how much time we have on this segment because we're going to drop it a little bit and then talk about your wonderful trip that you just came back from. But when we think about the animals that are up for adoption, you talk about these precious pets, you talk about people turning them in. Tell me a little bit about that. Because someone may be out there saying, I just can't handle my puppy or my kitty cat anymore. What should they do?
Right, that's a great question, Marcia. And we ask that if you can't take care of your pet for whatever reason, that you make the responsible decision and that you surrender the animal to the shelter. So there's no shame in saying, I need help. What we want to ask is if it's like a behavioral issue, that before things get out of control and that people are so frustrated that they say, I have to turn my pet in, that they call us for help. We have a free pet behavior helpline. We have dog training classes that are very reasonably priced. Our
Fabulous.
staff can help, our counselors can help. So take advantage of any of those things that you can. We also have the pet food bank as well for people who
good.
are struggling
Sure.
financially, low-cost vaccination clinic and spay-neuter.
And the wellness clinic there too?
The wellness
Yeah.
clinic, right. So people can take advantage of all of those things if they are financially strapped or if they have some behavior issues or questions that they need to have resolved. But if they can't, then please turn your animal in. It's so much better than
absolutely.
letting your animal run on the street.
So there's a second chance if you want a second chance, or just go ahead and know that the dog will be adopted and be loved because, or your kitty cat,
Right.
or your frogs, or anything.
Yeah, we do
You
get.
limit-
I haven't seen frogs come through,
but I
I've
mean-
seen lizards, birds,
Really?
hamsters, guinea pigs.
Oh, boy.
Rabbits.
Well,
Yeah,
hang on
snakes.
to Scrappy Doo, and we'll be back in just about 60 seconds, and then continue a little bit with him. Then we're going to let him go and see if Holly can catch him. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics. in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
And we are back indeed, and oh boy, Scrappy-Doo wants to get down and play around, don't you? Oh, yes you do.
Well, you have his chicken right
I know
there.
I have his chicken. Here's your chicken, so what we'll do, now tell me once again so that all of our viewers know that they can, if they really want a precious, precious doggy, you are the cutest thing. When was he last groomed?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I know when he came to the shelter, he got a bath. So,
Oh, yes, he does. He is clean, but he's so...
He's got a crazy hairdo going on
I
there.
know, and he doesn't like me talking that way, so here is your little... There he is. Do you like him? Look at that. And you have toys over there, don't you?
We do, yes. And the majority of the toys that we get are donated from the public. So
That's something we should talk
yeah.
about. Food, they can bring you food, too.
Food, toys, treats, all of that. So for the pet food, that goes back out into the community. We redistribute that back out into the community. But for pet toys, treats, we can use those in-house for the animals who are awaiting adoption at the shelter.
I think Scrappy-Doo is saying, wait a minute, is this a chicken or what? Well, let me tell you now, maybe we can get Holly to come in, or maybe if you, because I want you to show the pictures.
Oh, sure.
We want to talk about your trip that you recently had, and where did you go?
I went to Hong Kong, I went to Thailand, and I went to Cambodia.
Oh, boy. And you did it all on your own.
I did, yes. And I had the chance to photograph some of the animals who I came across just in day-to-day life in those communities. And so those are the photographs that I took. So
then that's
it'd be nice to see.
And that's what we are going to see. He is getting so rambunctious right now. I think he wants a lovely long walk or a run with a new owner. So all they have to do is call the Humane Society, come out and
That's
see.
right.
And of course, then you make sure that it's the right mix.
Right. So what people can do is, first of all, they can visit our website at www.hsvb.org. Call us at 772-388-3331. And also the shelter is open for adoption 7 days a week. We're at 6230 77th Street in Vero Beach. So come on by.
Oh, boy.
You can see Scrappy-Doo. We also have a pig.
A pig?
So yeah, we have a pig who's available for adoption.
Now, is that one of
too.
those, what do they call it, pigs?
And a potbelly pig, yes, Yes, so
My grandson had one and just absolutely loves him. There is something about it. I don't know. Do they oink oink?
Yeah, he does snort a bit, and he also has a harness, so he loves to go out for a walk. So
Amazing.
yeah, lots of great animals available for adoption, including horses too.
Oh, horses, yes. You used to have some goats.
We do have some goats. We have some permanent resident goats, and we do get goats in periodically who are also available for adoption.
Oh, that's terrific. But
Yeah.
forget all of that and come and get Scrappy-Doo.
Scrappy-Doo.
Because Scrappy-Doo is up for adoption. He needs some, will he get along with other animals?
Yep, he is great with dogs and cats also. He's also great with children and adults.
Oh, fantastic. He just needs some loving and really somebody who is just as rambunctious as he. And I can see someone out there right now saying, looks just perfect for my 3-year-old son. That would be a great thing. Well, this is great. We're going to come back, though, and we're going to be talking about Janet Winikoff, who is Director of Education with our Humane Society here in Vero Beach. We're going to be talking about this wonderful trip, and you have brought pictures. I took a little sneak peek, and you have, beautiful animals and dogs, and you even went to an elephant preserve sanctuary. Okay. Well, we will be right back and say goodbye to Scrappy-Doo. You can see him at the Humane Society. We'll be right back in 60 seconds.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom, where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday, for all of your furniture needs.
Well, we are indeed back, and Scrappy-Doo is out taking a walk, getting some of that exercise off. And before we even go into this wonderful trip that you just came back from, Janet, you have a very exciting, wonderful photo opportunity for everyone.
We have every year for probably the past 20 or 25 years, we've been doing Pet Photos with Santa. So our upcoming Pet Photos with Santa is going to be on November 13th and 14th. That's a Friday and a Saturday actually this year.
Oh, good.
But you can get those photos done in time for the holidays. And if you're looking for more information about that, just call the shelter at 772-388-3331 or visit our website hsvb.org so you can get your Pet Photos with Santa done.
Terrific, and that's a great way to get your Christmas cards all ready.
Knocked out.
Yeah, and just get it done. When is the date for the photo?
November 13th and 14th. They're going to be having the photo shoots from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And
so just call and make reservation at the Humane Society.
Terrific. A lot of fun. So Santa is going to be there. Well, he wants to get down. It's going to be a little cooler then for him, so that'll be good too. Well, Janet Winikoff, you have done a magnificent job lining up your own trip to Hong Kong, Cambodia, Thailand. What was it like?
It was really an incredible experience, Marcia, because I had the chance not only to see what different cultures were like, but also to meet people from around the world. Not just in those cultures, but I met other travelers who were traveling around and having different experiences, and I thought that was really fascinating. It was a great way for me to connect with people from all around the world, from different walks of life, not just 18-year-old backpackers, but there were executives and lots of women who were traveling. I thought that was really great. Did you go by yourself? I did.
Totally? Wow.
I did. And it's nice because I know that there are a lot of people who say, gosh, I can't believe that you did that, but then now I've come back and a lot of people are saying, wow, I'd kind of like to do something like that.
Because you booked your own trip. You used what?
I did several things. I did a lot of research on the countries. I studied the languages. So, for instance, I spent the entire summer studying Thai. I also went on TripAdvisor. I started looking at different reviews of different places. And
you selected your own hotels. You did everything.
Did everything very reasonably. I don't think there was a place I stayed in that was more than $40 a night. Everything was clean. I always felt safe. I was always in good neighborhoods. So yeah, it was a great experience. And
well,
I had a chance to see animals.
I was going to say you saw some great animals. So we're going to show these pictures in this last two or 3 minutes. I think we have. Sure. Actually, we only have 1 minute. So let's quick them up.
Okay, so quickly, yeah. So I took a couple of photographs of the animals who I was seeing.
Maybe I can hold up one over here too. Oh, yes.
These were all taken in Thailand, and a lot of the animals there, unfortunately, we have stray animals, stray dogs and cats who are in Southeast Asia, and so these were animals who I found at the different temples, or what they call wats. Those are the temples.
But are they just on the street? Are they just?
These are animals who gravitate towards the temples, and the reason is because a lot of the monks in the temples feed the animals, so and take care of them and provide veterinary services for them.
I'm going to take this so that you can put those down.
Yeah.
And so that poor Justo's give it with a camera, but this one was very interesting.
Yes.
Very quickly, tell me about the elephants.
Sure. So this one also is at an elephant sanctuary that was in Thailand, in northern Thailand, in an area called Chiang Mai. And it's not only an elephant sanctuary where they've taken in elephants who are from the logging industry and street begging elephants and rescued these elephants, but also it is a animal shelter as well. So I think I may have had another photo, yes, of a dog here who's running with the elephants.
Look at that.
Because they also do dog and cat adoptions at the elephant sanctuary. And they have veterinarians there too. And they are also always looking for volunteers. So for anybody who is interested in doing volunteer work with elephants, dogs, and cats in Thailand, there are sanctuaries, true shelters who are looking for volunteers.
Okay, we got to wrap this up very quickly though, because we have been talking with Janet Winikoff, and she has just come back from Cambodia, where you saw all these beautiful things in Thailand, these beautiful animals, and don't forget Scrappy Doo. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me on.
And we will see you next time.